Hey, what's up gamers? And well, with the recent release of the new Legend of Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom for Nintendo Switch, I'm going to give a rather premature review on it since, well, it's brand new and I haven't fully played it all the way through, so it's more or less a first impressions review. And bear in mind, people, like I said, I'm not fully, 100% complete with this game. I'm not even halfway. I haven't even completed one dungeon yet. There's a lot to explore in this, and yes, so here we go. In case you don't know, this is indeed a direct sequel to this game, and yes, it bears a lot of similarities. But one thing that has to be said and established is, unlike this game, which I already raved about, is one of the best Zelda games and probably one of the main reasons to own a Nintendo Switch, and, well, best game of 2017, obviously, was also released on the Wii U, and pretty much a transition from the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch. It's almost like Nintendo pretty much swept that console under the rug with re-releasing majority of their games onto the Switch because of its poor sales and lackluster library of games and third-party support, which is kind of a shame and had the potential, but let's face it, the Nintendo Switch pretty much just shot it down and made us forget about it because who doesn't love being able to play a game at home and take it on the go? I mean, a hybrid console, you could safely say, was more than successful. And this game was just that. And though it played great on the Nintendo Wii U, obviously it had slightly a graphical change, but still, no matter which console version you were playing, well, this was great. I mean, I loved the new exploration, the whole Skyrim feel, being able to go and complete any dungeon in any particular order, do any side quest in any particular order, upgrading. Hell, you were able to just go right to Ganondorf at the end if you had that shot and were able to and just beat him. But obviously I don't think I know too many people who were able to with just 3 pieces of health and not much armor and not that good of a weapon. But that was the whole fun of the game right there. And this game does pretty much the same sort of thing. As I said, it's a direct sequel, so it follows it story-wise, but brings back most of the familiar elements that you remember in the game. So I apologize for any gameplay footage not present in this. I'm going to obviously do a full game review sometime in the future when I get the chance, because I have other stuff to work on. But in the meantime, yes, most of the familiar elements that you loved and enjoyed about this game are pretty much all back in this one. But unlike this one where you start out on the ground, this one you start out in the sky. And yes, what does that make you think of? Skyward Sword. Does it sort of give you that similar vibes? A little bit, but again, more or less vibes of this game because, like I said, it's in the same universe and it follows it directly as a sequel, which I'm fine with. The graphics and everything look amazing. You start out, well, at the beginning with all full hearts and all your weapons and everything, before the actual game itself and story takes action, and then you lose it all and you're down to square one. So yeah, it's like Metroid Prime, where they give you everything you start out with and tease you with it because you're just going to lose it and have to get it all back. And that's pretty much the whole game right there. Going through the entire world, while starting out in the sky, beating 4 shrines, yes, they make a return, and instead of getting an orb, you get what's called the Light of Blessing. It's pretty much the same thing, and it applies the same way. When you get 4, you go to find a goddess statue, which are scattered throughout many locations in the game, and you get either a stamina or a heart upgrade. At first, you only get a heart upgrade, but after that, you can upgrade your stamina, the climbing, running, swimming, all there. It applies and controls the same exact way. Got the horse riding if you can come across one. The enemies, to start with the game, there's a lot of robots in this game, which I don't mind, but you do come across the more familiar enemies later on, because after you complete the 4 first shrines, then you make your way off the floating island in the sky and make your way into more familiar territory, and you have a whole map to explore, towers to unlock to get the different parts of the map unlocked to be shown on, when you bring the map up. Unlocking them is a little bit different. Some of them become quests in their own. You don't actually climb them if you don't have to, which some of them you might have to. Some of them you might have to go underground, but it actually shoots you up from the bottom once you get them unlocked, and you can go up to the sky. And yeah, both the sky and the land part of the game are 2 different maps. You also get, of course, the glider makes a return, as well as using the bows and arrows, swords, and the shields, fires, cooking things, collecting Korok seeds to upgrade your inventory, to how many swords, bows, or shields you can hold, which are all scattered throughout this enormous map. Yes, like the last game, if you loved exploring, you'll enjoy the hell out of this one. And, well, each environment, of course, has their different effects on you if you're not dressed properly. But the new things now I must establish. I'm going to leave out quite a bit because like I said, I just got started playing this. I only put about maybe 10 hours into it so far total. So I'm really got a long ways to go. But I've noticed a couple of new things, and that is new types of weapons, new types of foods that can give you different types of resistance, slip resistance, faster swimming. And of course, the most notable feature is assembling things. Yes, because you get new different types of abilities. Unfortunately, creating bombs from scratch, both round and square, are not in this game. Instead, they're replaced by new different types of abilities. You do get bombs that you may find, the flower bombs, so fans of the older Zelda games may find this a little more refreshing, but I kind of miss it. But the new abilities are pretty cool. And no, I don't have every single ability in this game unlocked, but so far I have the recall ability, which, like the name sounds, allows you to rewind any moving object. This helps with usually getting through shrines or across gaps or anything. Basically anything that moves, you move it in reverse. You also have the fuse ability, which, as it sounds, you fuse certain weapons with certain objects that are fusible, like rocks and so forth, or things that you find, you drop them on the ground, and you can fuse them together to make a stronger weapon. You can even do it with the bows and arrows too. Yeah, fuse fiery, electric things to help take out enemies a lot more easily. Even bombs too. Yeah, pretty cool there. You also have the Ascend ability, which whenever you're stuck underground most of the time, or if you're looking to go through a ceiling, well, this is where the ability comes in, and like it sounds, you ascend right through the ceiling. Not much to say there. But most notably, you have the Ultra Hand. This basically allows you to pick up any objects, well, ones that you're able to pick up, which is very similar to the Magnesis ability on Breath of the Wild. And, well, where it really comes into play with this game's ability is being able to pick up stuff and put it together. And most of the time, this is what you have to do through the game to get across certain pits, water, and do certain missions, and get through certain shrines. And the imagination is endless right here. And another thing is, yeah, you get these different types of devices that may have to be turned on by striking them, like fans, rockets, and so forth. Yeah, the ideas are completely endless. You can create blocks, put stuff together. That's the whole new feature and idea behind this game, which really makes it a worthy sequel to this one. So, yeah, I ain't got much to say there. It's an excellent sequel, and so far I'm still enjoying the living hell out of it, and, well, I got a long ways to go. So, my final thoughts are, if you enjoyed this one, like I said before many times, get this one. Yeah, it's $70, but trust me, it's just hours and hours of gameplay right here, and, well, it's just another reason to own a Nintendo Switch, because, well, unlike this one, which is a Switch and Wii U exclusive, well, obviously this one is just strictly a Switch exclusive because the Wii U is pretty much bit the dust. It's like Nintendo wants to forget that it ever happened. Till next time, no. I got more of Hyrule to explore, so happy gaming.